Well, good morning again, everybody. Welcome to KETK Plus. We will again be coming on every hour on the hour to give you an update of our winter situation going on in East Texas. You're looking at Longview, and as you see, we're accumulating more sleet on the ground, and that sleet continues to fall right now. And it is 30 degrees. Winds north-northeast at 8 makes it feel like it's about 22 degrees there in the Longview area with that sleet falling. And we have so far accumulated a little over a third of an inch of freezing rain and sleet in the area, and that is going to continue throughout much of the day. We'll take a look at the Tyler camera, and right now downtown Tyler getting a little bit of a dusting of some sleet across the area. And of course it remains cold with our temperature at 30 degrees, north-northeast wind at 13, and it makes it feel like it is 22 degrees. We're right outside the studio on the loop. Traffic continues to move slowly, and that is key to traveling in this kind of stuff across the area as we are getting wet and beginning to see a little bit of icing in some places. Mainly bridges and overpasses will go first, of course. And the temperature right now at 30 degrees with a north-northeast wind at 13, and so far a little over 4/10 of an inch of precipitation has fallen, and you can see it continues to come down mainly in the form of sleet at this point. So keep that in mind. We do have the roads starting to get a little bit icy across the area, and just if you have to get out, take it slow. Meanwhile, the ice storm warning, this is until 6 o'clock Sunday. It's the area you see there in purple. This is a significant ice storm that is developing across East Texas. Could see accumulation of ice, 1/2 to 3/4 inch of ice. That makes those trees rather heavy, those limbs, and also power lines as that ice collects on those. So expect to see some isolated power outages, hopefully no more than that, but it is going to be bringing down some trees and maybe some power lines, so keep that in mind. The rest of the area has a winter storm warning. That's the area that you see in the pink, and that's mainly for the northern sections of the area. Here's our temperatures right now. We are below freezing from I-30 in the north. Texarkana at 29, Mount Pleasant also at 29 degrees. Sulphur Springs shows 32. In Tyler and Longview, it is 30 degrees in both cities, 32 in Nacogdoches, 34 right now in Lufkin. So these temperatures in the southern portions of the area still a little bit above freezing, and still seeing mainly liquid precipitation coming down. Wind chill, when you add in the winds, makes it feel like it's colder, of course, and most of those wind chills are in the 20s at this point. 18 is what it feels like in the Tyler vicinity, and as high as 32 there in Hemphill. Forecast highs for today, and we've probably reached these in most locations. Down to the south, Lufkin 37, Nacogdoches 35, and those temperatures are falling, getting closer to that freezing mark. To the north, earlier we hit temperatures in the 30-degree range in Jacksonville, Henderson, and also to the north into the 20s. So those high temperatures remain below freezing for the day. Sunday morning, forecast lows will be down into the teens once again. Crockett and Lufkin looking for 20 degrees overnight. Same thing in Jacksonville, but everybody else will be down into the teens across the area. So any of this rainfall that continues to fall is going to be freezing on those surfaces as this ice storm continues to get a little bit worse. Meanwhile, we do have a large area. This is a large winter storm that is affecting our portion of the country as well as other portions as well. Getting more significant snow up in northern sections of Arkansas. We've had some snow in the Dallas area, also back out into the South Plains. Back toward Abilene and Lubbock. Here in East Texas, what we have seen is mostly that freezing precipitation, that winter mix of sleet and freezing rain across the area. Occasionally some patches of snow might be developing in a few spots, but mostly the winter mix is what we're going to see. Northern sections of the area, there you see an area where it indicates perhaps some snow falling there around Pittsburgh, Mount Pleasant, the Gilmer vicinity down to Hawkins. The rest of the area has that winter mix that's indicated in pink, and that stretches eastward across the border into Louisiana, where there will be some significant accumulations of ice as well. Along the I-20 corridor right now, We are seeing a winter mix there from the Longview, Lakeport, Kilgore area, Marshall, and then pushing westward, a little bit of a gap along I-20 there near Winona and over the south and southwestern portions of our area. That winter mix is pretty solid, and we will see some patchy winter mix extending out into the western sections of the area. Radar right now over the southern portions, we've got that winter mix going down through around Palestine and Grapeland, accumulating some ice in those areas throughout most of Cherokee County down to Wells and also into the Lufkin vicinity, a winter mix showing up there. Where you see the green area, that's where those temperatures are above freezing at this point, but we're seeing less and less of those type of temperatures now as this Arctic air mass continues to filter southward across the East Texas area. Futurecast shows we will continue to see this winter mix throughout most of the day, and occasionally it'll be some heavy sleet that'll be falling. Of course, these temperatures in the 20s are going to allow that ice to just continue to accumulate. We're not going to be getting above the freezing mark for any significant period of time until we get through the weekend and into next week. We'll have more of that winter mix. Seems like mostly filling in for deep East Texas. These are some areas of snow that we expect to see along Mount Pleasant and Sulphur Springs along I-30 there in the north, Gilmer area included, changing over to a winter mix about the time you get down into the I-20 corridor there. Sunday at midnight, in other words, midnight later tonight, we will see temperatures in the teens down through the I-20 corridor. Into deep East Texas, we're in the 20s, but everything staying below freezing, so the icy weather continues. Now, by Sunday morning, most of that weather mix in the form of the freezing rain and the sleet is going to be passing across the border into Louisiana. So it will be we'll be handing off the worst of that off to the east, but we will be seeing some patches of snow showing up around Sulphur Springs, back into the Metroplex again, and looks like over the western sections west of Fort Worth out there, another area of snow expected in the morning on Sunday. By the time we get up to noon, all that winter mix should be east of us, and at noontime a few snow showers indicated in the kind of gray spots that you see there. That's what the model is picking up. And we are seeing temperatures at that point being in the 20s again, everybody at freezing or below still across the East Texas area. Into the afternoon, the temperatures stay cold. We see less and less of that precipitation coming down, fewer of those snow showers. And then Sunday night, as we start to thin out some of the clouds, our temperatures will be falling as more of that Arctic air filters into the area. Monday morning at midnight, we're in the teens across the area and down into the single digits there in some places Monday morning. Longview looking for 10 degrees, Tyler 8, Jacksonville 10, Nacogdoches 10 degrees. Lufkin's looking for a temperature down around 11 degrees there about sunrise on Monday morning. Along I-30 in the north, even colder, Texarkana, Mount Pleasant 5, Sulphur Springs expecting to be perhaps as cold as 4 degrees there around sunrise on Monday. Going through the noon hour on Monday, we expect skies to be cleared out, so precipitation is pretty much over by that time. We'll see our temperatures in the 20s though, so everything's going to be staying on the ground and not getting a big rapid melt of whatever's left. Monday evening, 6 o'clock, we're in the teens with some scattered clouds, but no more precipitation. Monday night at 9 o'clock, here come the single digits again. We'll be as high as 10 or 11 degrees in the southern part of the area, but everybody else in the single digits, as low as 5 degrees in Sulphur Springs and Mount Pleasant. Gilmer looking for 6 degrees then. Tyler and Longview and Henderson all looking for 7 degrees at that point. 8 in Marshall, but then Marshall goes down to 7 there at midnight Tuesday morning. So we're going to stay cold at least into the middle part of the week, and it looks like this unseasonably cold air is going to hang around at least a little further into next week. We do expect to see a Tuesday morning some of those temperatures getting up into the teens, but still well below the freezing mark across the area. So today, high temperature expected around 28 degrees. A lot of places have already reached the high. Freezing rain and sleet will continue with a wind chill at 9 degrees, northeast winds 10 to 15, and they'll be gusting up to 25 miles per hour. Later on tonight, expect to go down to about 20 degrees. Freezing rain and sleet will continue, then changing over to all sleet after midnight. Wind chill at 11 degrees, north winds at 10, gusting up to 20 miles per hour. Tomorrow, on Sunday, the high 26 degrees. Freezing rain and sleet with some snow showers in the morning up to about the noon hour, perhaps over into parts of the afternoon in some spots. Northwest winds 10 to 15, gusting up to 25 miles per hour. Next 7 days, the wintry mix continues today, tonight, and through at least the first half of Sunday before we see some sunshine coming back into the area. But the temperatures get colder with those clear skies and lighter winds. So down to 10 degrees Monday morning, 27 the high, 6 degrees Tuesday morning, 36 in the afternoon, finally getting above freezing. 19 degrees expected again Wednesday morning. So we're kind of up and down out of the freezing and then a bit up above freezing over the next few days into the middle of next week. 19 Wednesday morning, 40 in the afternoon, 20 and 41 your temperatures Thursday, 33 and 44 expected on Friday. And we will check out the Deep East Texas forecast. It will call for a continuation of this wintry mix today, tonight, and at least through the first part of Sunday. 20 to 30 your temperature range on Sunday, 12 to 32 on Monday, 10 degrees and 42 on Tuesday, then 22 and 46 on Wednesday, and all of that with a lot of sunshine as we go into the middle and latter portion of next week. Again, we'll be back in an hour coming up at 10 o'clock, and we are glad you joined us here on KETK Plus. We'll keep you advised of this winter situation as it continues across East Texas.